Okay, guys, so today we're going to work on solving logarithmic equations where one log has equals no logs. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of refresh our memory on the switching forms from logarithmic to exponential and exponential to logarithmic. So remember, if you had something like log base 3 of 9 equals 2, I could rewrite that in exponential form as swoop, 3 squared equals 9. Okay, so just kind of a reminder of that. So what we're going to be doing is kind of refreshing our memory on that. So when we have one log equals no logs, we're going to solve it by switching it into exponential form. So we are going to swoop. So we're going to do 3 to the 4th is equal to x. So x is going to equal, and now we probably want our calculators, 3 to the 4th, unless you know that by heart, which is 81. Okay, now on to the next one. We're going to want to solve this, so we're going to swoop. Oh, but I don't see a base here. The base is hidden. The base is 10. All right, so when we don't see the base written, it's 10, so it's going to be, I'll write that up and over here, 10 to the negative 2 equals x. So x is going to equal, now that means 10 squared goes on the denominator, right? And it becomes a 1 up top, so x equals, I want to leave my answers in simplest fraction form, 1 over 100, because 10 squared is 100. Final answer. All right, so if we've got log with no base shown, the base is 10. If I have ln, I want to solve, that's just a special log as well, so we're going to solve it by swooping. Now, if I don't have it shown with the word log, it's 10. With natural log, if it's not shown, it's e. So when we rewrite that, it's going to be in exponential form, e to the negative 2 equals x. So x equals, and now because this is with ln, we're going to round to 2 decimal places. I'm going to do second ln in my calculator to bring up the e button, negative 2, and I hit enter. So e to the negative 2, and I do 2 decimal places. So it's 135, but because it's 35, it's going to be 14. Final answer. Okay, for the next one, we're going to swoop 7 to the 3rd equals x minus 3. So I do 7 to the 3rd, and I get 343 equals x minus 3. I add 3. X is going to equal 346. Okay, and now just so that we can see when we're plugging in, none of these are negative numbers when we wind up plugging them in, so they all work. All right, number 5, we're going to, now technically that's like parentheses around the 10x. For some reason, it just doesn't show parentheses around it, but I'm going to write in parentheses around that 10x for both of those. So I'm going to swoop 5 to the 1 equals 10x. So 5 equals 10x. I divide by 10. X equals 5 over 10, which is divide by 5, 1 over 2. Simplest fraction form unless it's ln. All right, so guys, now what we have here is a number outside of the word log. So if we have a number outside of the word log, we're going to have to get rid of that number first. So we're going to minus 2 first. So now we have log of 10x equals 1. And now I want to swoop. But if there's no base there with that word log, it's 10. So it's going to be 10 to the 1 equals 10x. So 10 to the 1st is 10 equals 10x. We're going to divide by 10. X equals 1. All right, last two. I've got a number on the outside, so I can divide by 4 instead of subtracting by it because it's connected to the log by multiplying. Before it was connected to the log by adding. So we're going to divide by 4, so we get log base 2 of x minus 6 equals 1. And now we swoop 2 to the first equals x minus 6. So we get 2 equals x minus 6. We add 6. X equals 8. Final answer. All right, and the last one, we're going to swoop. This is ln. So when it's ln, it's an e. So we're going to do e to the 0 equals x minus 8. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1 equals x minus 8. Add 8. X equals 9. Final answer. And we are done with this one. All right, guys, try your own.